and major summits. Now, in Africa, particularly in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, a generation of young activists is rising to defend the environment, risking their lives. They have no resources, no recognition, and no international platforms. And youths, they are taking actions, they are resisting, they are innovating. Then these young people, they are not asking for charity. They are demanding climate justice, justice that cannot exist without inclusion, protection, and international solidarity. It is time to listen to them. It is time to act with them. Here is a background and key facts when conflicts and climates intervene. Conflict zones are intertwined with climate vulnerability in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo, especially in North Kivu, South Kivu, Ituri provinces. The climate is changing faster than responses are being organized, a context of armed violence. Massive deforestation fueled by demand for charcoal, what we call in Swahili makala, is destroying communities, forests, landslides, such as those in Kalehe, as you can see with the picture I share. Landslides such as those in Kalehe, it was in 2023. They have caused several hundred deaths. 2,000 of climate displaced people live in tents without drinking water, exposed to malnutrition, epidemics, and floods. In these areas, the illegal exploitation of nature's resources like minerals, forests, agriculture, lands, fuels their war while exacerbating ecological disasters. The environment is both a victim and a weapon of the conflict. This reality extends to the whole of East Africa. Prolonged droughts in Ethiopia and Kenya, deadly floods in Uganda and South Sudan. Millions of people are being forced to migrate, not just because of conflicts, but because of the climate. Institutional silence and invisibility. Young activists from the unstable areas, their absence from national climate policies and international funding. Territories at war are deemed non-priority or even lost by decision makers. The result is entire communities remain without access to climate information, resilience programs, or support mechanisms. Examples of local resistance despite everything, hope is sprouting on those are fighting against coal by proposing ecological alternatives, briquettes, improved stove. In Bunia and Beni, communities, garden, and green schools initiatives are emerging often in marginalized neighborhoods. In Bukavu, young people go from house to house, educating their neighbors about the effects of climate, often in the shadows of often in danger. Now, fourth, the challenges faced by these young activists are numerous: permanent insecurity, militating in an area dominated by armed groups, exposes this yes, it exposes you to intimidation, arrests, and even assassinations. Lack of funding. Current criteria for accessing climate funds, such as the Green Climate Funds, effectively includes young people from conflict zones, digital and geographic isolation, the lack of internet connection, electricity, or transport prevents transport prevents access to training call for projects and spaces for this discussion. Is institutional marginalization. Even at the local level, these young people, they are rarely involved in decision-making process on climates or the environment. Now, what can be done? For sure, strengthening local capacities, train young leaders in non-violence, climate mobilization, environmental justice, and community communication. Create safe alliances between young people from the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Sahel, South Sudan, East Africa, the Central African Republic, etc., to share experiences and tools, and also create an emergency climate funds for conflict zones. A fast accessible funds managed transparently by young people themselves in conjunction with local NGOs. It must make it possible to respond to climate emergencies in war zones or unstable territories without excessive bureaucracy. Giving platforms to the invisible by words of mouth and one-on-ones or house meetings, talk to people and seek out to share common values, uniting behind those causes and developed that shore communities without loss. Yes, I'm sorry, I had a call. Let me refuse. Yes, I was saying this. By words of mouth and meetings, talk to people and seek out to share common values, uniting behind those causes and developments that shore our communities with loss and damage, builds our power base in the community. Systematically include young people from forgotten areas in COPs, Pan-African forums, national delegation. Establish spaces for testimony in major international conferences for those who are experiencing the climate crisis at the heart of the conflict. Supports communities support community mobilization and engagements, support local resilience micro projects, reforestation, recycling, sanitation, river protection, and use local languages to raise awareness, like Swahili in DRC, Kisii in Kenya, Amharic in Ethiopia, Moro in Burkina Faso, etc. Now, how do we achieve true and inclusive climate justice? We cannot build a sustainable ecological transition by leaving behind those living on the front lines. Young activists in conflict zones are the voices of courage,
Jackson, your transmission now is showing difficulty. If you can go back to young activists in conflict zones, that's where.
And local innovation. They are already inclusive future in all international arenas. Listen to them, support them, and can you catch me properly?
Now we can, yes, but not before. We missed a few, 2 or 3 sentences there. I think it's the weather transmission. You're muted now, Jackson, on my system.
Yes, Rolf, can you catch me properly?
We were, yes. Yeah.
Yes, let me try to share something.
Yeah. It was very close. Everything was very clear until the last minute or two. Is it raining in where you are, Kinshasa?
Okay, thank you again. Now, how
little
do
bit
we
further.
achieve?
You went beyond that. You were
Yes.
maybe
How do we
another 2 minutes.
achieve true and hello, Rolf? Can you catch me correctly?
Yes. Now we hear you loud and clear.
Okay, now let me begin with these points. How do we achieve true and inclusive climate justice? We cannot build a sustainable ecological transition by leaving behind those living on the front lines. Young activists in conflict zones are the voices of courage, resilience, and local innovation. They are already building a sober, just, and inclusive future. In Kisumu, in Africa, and in all international arenas, we have responsibility to listen to them, support them, and include them in our decision. Now, we must strengthen peace and oppose violence to rescue the climate, emphasizing that violence hinders unity, justice, and solidarity. Peace nurtures them. It gives Africa and the world a chance to survive. the climate crisis. Thank you, Rolf. And if there are some questions about, you are welcome.
Is it Mary or Kevin who would like to lead as moderator?
Okay. Is
Kevin,
there any
kindly
question?
go ahead.
Yes, I'm Malat, Sister May. Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation, Brother Kasangani. We are learning a lot from you. So my encouragement is that to our people that we, whatever we are saying, we are learning here, we put them into consideration and we put them into practice going forward. So Sister Mary and Elder Rolf, I don't know what is the plan. The next, do we have the next speaker to step in? So I start to be connected.
Actually, the plan was to ask and discuss what
You are,
Jackson had said.
moderating. Answer.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, question and answer.
Our plenary members present. So let me come back to you. So we need to ask a question for our presenters. So, thank you. It is time for our question. So if you have any question that you want some clarification, so you can ask the question so that you get the answer, the appropriate answer. As you always put it. Otherwise, thank you very much. There's a question.
I'll take a question mark there, but because what I'm saying. Okay, I just have a big. Madam Mary, on issues of action planning. Currently, here in Kenya, I've been last year, investment, I faced a challenge when I was there was a guy who was pumping raw waste into river. And basically, when I went there and talked to him, what he's doing is bad to our health because that river, some of them are using maybe to clean intensive, and some of them is using maybe in terms of baby because due to poverty index, they are facing, they cannot maybe bring that water pipe into their households. So my concern, no, this thing people know, even in terms of awareness has been created, but there is no whereby you personally you advocate the right of maybe the indigents within the household level, but you are the one who is being arrested. You are the one who is being arrested. And finally, I just wanted to ask you, how are you people doing it in Tanzania so that even here in Kenya can just do it? Because here in Kenya, if you are fighting, maybe you that activist, no one get a challenge to access maybe justice in maybe PC. I'm the one who has been arrested, and I almost sleep in the cell one day, and the village chief is the one who rescued me by calling the OCS of Nyalenda police station that today I'm going to resign because you have arrested the person who have not here any case with him. So if you do so, I'm going to resign. So those people said open the police said that the guy who was maybe the defendant who was pumping noise was contributed almost 20,000 to bribe those police officers to leave the story. So I just want to know what your take on that, so that we can thank you.
Thank you very
Excuse me,
much.
before you leave, was Jackson
Yes.
able to understand the question? Because it's a little bit hard to hear the question, and maybe you could rephrase it for Jackson, who should unmute himself.
Thank you. Brother Jackson, Elder is saying that the question is a little bit longer. So I don't know whether you got the question, or can the question be repeated?
I don't think Jackson got the question. Neither did I, actually. It's hard to hear, but maybe you could rephrase it and shorten it.
Okay. So let me request the member to write down the question so that I may put it in the right context.
When it's writing, I can just explain the question. Okay, the brother from the congregants was saying that one time he went to report a case of waste disposal, which was being disposed in a bad way. Then after he went to report it to the police station, he was the one who was jailed because the defendant had bribed the police for shillings of 20,000 shillings. So he was asking if what can you guys do on that case?
Jackson, if you can speak up, we see you. I see you're connected, but I do not hear you. If you were speaking.
Hello, Ralph.
Now
you
we
hear
got
me?
you. Yes.
Yeah, I did not catch properly the question. I don't know whether I can repeat it or write.
Yeah, I can repeat it slowly. The person who spoke up just now went to report some, let's say, disposal waste that was being thrown away to the police, and the police were bribed by the defendant, the person he accused, and the result was that he was put in jail, the person who reported the problem, and asked either to pay 20,000 shilling or to, in any case, he was being punished for reporting. And the question is, how should one behave in such a circumstance? Presumably, if you are jailed and fined for reporting something that is happening. And please unmute. We see you are unmuted.
Je peux régler. J'ai un problème de connexion. Yes, Ralph, for sure, I've got the network problem. I don't know whether you can repeat because I did not catch you correctly.
Okay, my apologies. But let's take it on a theoretical basis. If somebody reports something to the police and he gets punished by being put in jail, and the person whom he is pointing out as the transgressor, the person who commits the crime, how should we handle this if you are the person being put into jail, or you know of the person being put into jail and fined? I hope that's the essence of the question. Did that make sense? You are muted, Jackson. Yeah, we can't hear you. Fine. Okay, let's take it in the chat box. I will put it into the chat box, but I hope you can, I don't know if your sound is off maybe too. Let's see where we are here. We're having transmission problems totally. I think in that case, we should continue. We cannot hear you. And if you speak up, maybe we can see if we hear you, but you have to unmute as well. It's a very unstable transmission system today. And then when it happens like this, I guess we should blame the oil companies indirectly because they should supply us with a better system. They have so much money. Okay, now you are unmuted. Let's see if we can hear you. Speak up loudly, please, Jackson.
Yes.
Oh, we can. We hear you.
Hello, Rolf. Okay, the system uses complaints or accusations as a pretext to to silence voices, and the police become not natural protectors but actors of control, especially against activists that that challenges power. Now, let me say something. We must ask the legal aids. You mobilize lawyers or rights organizations quickly before the case is buried. But also, such invisibility publicize the arrests through media, networks, and allies, so it doesn't remain in the showdowns. But also support system, you ensure the activists' family and dependents, they are cared for, so pressure doesn't isolate them.
Very good answer, by the way, and I agree. Kevin, you are on again for another question.
Question. Chat box.
Yes, thank you very much, Jackson, for attending to our question. Let me go to another person who may have any question to ask, so that he or she gets any clarification. Otherwise, thank you. Next person, that's your question. Okay, thank you, Brother Emmanuel is having a question.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Jackson from Kasangani. I have two questions. There in your presentation, I saw it is like bushfiring or harvesting of the trees, of which, of course, it is not good. What are the solutions or what we use to address that issue? But the second question is, it look like there is a team activities there. I think that you produce something like sawdusty. My question is if the sawdusty are used it for preparing a charcoal or something that it can save in energy. Thank you.
Could you clarify the first question, please, on the fruit trees?
I said that there was something in the presentation. I saw the slide having that bush firing or tree cutting, which involved bush firing. Then my question is how that is addressed there. And the second question is it looks like there is a tree plantation of which we have timber activities, so which during processing we produce the sawdust. Then the question is if that sawdust is used for maintenance of charcoal, land reclamation for the purpose of energy conservation. Thank you.
Unmute, please, Jackson. Okay, we hear you. Yeah, please continue. We hear you. We do hear you, so just if you could address the question about bushfire.
Hello, Rolf, do you catch me?
Yes. We hear you.
Okay. Rolf, do you catch me?
Yes. We
Okay.
hear you.
Okay, I did not understand correctly the question, but yeah, it's about the bush firing. I think there are some parts for sustainable exploitation. We need to promote the communities, the community forest management, and yes, by involving local populations directly in the control and management of forests. But also we need to implement systematic reforestation after each tree is out. And also something very important, you need to add value locally by processing timber before exports, and encourage alternative energy sources like biogas. Let me see some pictures here. Biogas, solar, ecological briquettes to reduce pressure on the firewood. Yes, that is. The second question, I did not hear correctly.
Yeah, the second question was, yes, I saw that there is team activities there. It's like burning of the charcoal And my question is if you have another alternative source of energy instead of burning charcoal because they have an also impact on climate change.
Do you see the question, Jackson? He's asking if you do not burn charcoal, or yes, if you do not burn charcoal, what alternative is there or is being advocated? We see you.
The network is not good.
Yes, yeah, go ahead and speak. We hear you. Maybe we should continue to ask the questions in the chat box. Let me ask a related question, Jackson, which is this. Is there any advocacy of renewables as a replacement for charcoal or forest products in order to heat? For example, solar panels they cost money, of course, and no one has much money, but they could they could be cheaper and less destructive than chopping down the forest. I hope that addresses the question more indirectly. Were you able to hear me, Jackson? No, now we don't hear you. Okay, now you're on mute though. You have to unmute.
Hello, yes, hello, Rolf.
Now it works. Now it works. Yes, you can speak.
Yeah. Would you please repeat your last question? I didn't catch. Yes,
Okay.
there I can now understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there an effort to replace fossil fuel burnings of the forest or the wood with renewables? Or is it just obviously people do not have money to buy solar panels, but there may be an awareness that rather than chop down the forest, it would be better to use renewables.
Yes, yes, Rolf, can you hear me? There are
Yes.
some renewable energy options. Like first solar, using the photovoltaic panels for electricity in homes, schools, or community centers, but also solar thermal for heating water or greenhouses. Secondly, from winds, small winds, turbinas to power villages or water pumps. Also, small-scale hydro, like micro hydro plants on rivers or streams for off-grid communities, and also biomass and biogas. Biogas from organic waste, food scraps, animal manure, eco-friendly briquettes made from agricultural residues or recycled woods, but also geothermal. Yes, of course, in certain areas, exploits hot spring or geothermal sources for heating or electricity production. And at the end, hybrid system combining solar plus wind or solar plus biogas to ensure stable energy supply.
And how strong is that? Obviously, one can talk about all those things, but how much is really being done? And does the government support it in any way?
You say how much?
Yeah, how much of that is being implemented, and is the government actively behind some of those renewables? In many cases, it's, it can be token. As we say in English, they talk, but they don't do the walk. Or as Greta Thunberg in Friday for Future would say, it's
Yes.
blah, blah, blah. How much do they really do?
Yeah, in Goma, for example, there is a society which we call Nuru. Yeah, it's a solar energy. It has developed 1.5 megawatts solar mini grids, providing reliable electricity to neighborhoods. Previously, challenges. This project residents' quality of life and as well economic opportunities. And also there is also the Green Griad solar power station. Yeah, the Sky Power Global and the Africa Finance Corporation, they are developing 1,000, yes, 1,000 megawatts solar from in phases with the first phase of 2,000 megawatts expected to begin construction in this 2025. But the solar mini grids program, the Green Climate Fund supports the development of 3 solar mini grids pilot projects, each with battery storage aggregating to a capacity of around 30 megawatts in towns like Iziro in Bumba and Gemena. But also hydroelectric power. We have what we call Mwandigusha hydroelectric power station. It is located on the Lufira River in Congo. This 78.5 megawatts plant was rehabilitated between 2016 and 2021 and contributes to the national grid. There is also Inga 3 hydropower projects. The development of Inga 3's hydropower aims to increase access to clean, renewable and affordable energy for Congolese household and industries. but wind, biomass, and geothermal energy, while the Democratic Republic of Congo processes significant potential in wind, biomass, and geothermal energy. These sectors are less developed. The Democratic Republic of Congo Renewable Energy Atlas identifies over 890 potential development sites across solar, winds, geothermal, biomass, and hydro hydroelectric sectors. Yes, Rolf, my battery is low, but before I finish, I would like to thank for all those who have followed despite the mispronunciation of words. You can understand that I'm from the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is a French-speaking country. And but to conclude this day, let me say this: the climate crisis is no longer a problem of the future. It is affecting our forests, our rivers. Yes, it is affecting our rivers, our forests, and it is affecting crops and lives today. Every citizen has a role to play. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, we have seen how, according to some presentations I've made the day before yesterday, we can see that in the Democratic Republic of Congo, youth and local organizations can rise to protect our forests, fight against destructive resources exploitation, and raise awareness about sustainable practices. But mobilizing together means building structures, local groups, coalition information network, and awareness campaigns, organizations allow communities to speak with one voice and influence decision makers and people who investors. Movements like Notre Terre Sans Pétrole or the campaign to protect Congo's forests show that when citizens organize, they can impact policies and prevent destructive projects. Everyone can act. Everyone can plant. Yes, can plant trees. Acting, we plant trees, reduce waste. Everyone can promote recycling and educate neighbors and schools. Together, local actions create the global impacts. But let me bring back to what I've told you the day before yesterday, that mobilize, organize, inform yourselves, and never underestimate the power of the united community to protect our planet and the future, the generations. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you. Very well said. Mary or Kevin, we are approaching the end of today.